What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another Dragon Blaze 4th Impact video. It's been a little while. It's been about 5 days or so since I released the last video. We're going to go ahead and start the Why Should You Invest Into This Character, I guess, series. And it's going to be focusing mainly on probably 3rd impacts. I'll probably do, I'm not sure if I want to do all of them, but probably not first impact, 3rd impacts and 4th, but we'll wait for 4th. 4th just came out, so you're gonna definitely get them and put your time into them. But 3rd impacts are the most used right now. If beginners, if you want me to do one talking about 1st impact, I'll do that. But that's what we're going to focus on. And I'll be doing a Catherine video tomorrow because something special just happened today with her. I'm not sure how far you are, but we'll deep dive further into that. Actually, I might went a little further than I wanted to, but we'll deep dive into that starting tomorrow. Make sure you're doing all your events, puzzle events. I'm still waiting to do the do my mining, and plus the new character has spawned. We'll do that later. Has spawned, as you see right at the very top here. He has spawned, so make sure you do your mining so you can get character cards from him. Make sure you do all your daily events, your daily aspirations. This is ended. Gathering his raid, which we have some really cool things tomorrow for that. The login collection, star marble, which I might do this. Jackpot event, definitely do this. I'm getting ready to do that here soon. So make sure you're paying attention to all that stuff. I did get some more 4th summon fragmented memories. We'll be opening that up soon. Once we open up packs, I'm going to wait till about 2 days before the raid's over, or 3 days before the raid's over, because they like to go ahead and take stuff off immediately. So in about 3 days before, so 21 days. So probably like a week and some change. I'll be doing that. But anyways, let's get into it. Also, Library of Fate's progress has been going well. I finally made it to 80, which is awesome. Sorry, I do want to go ahead and show that real quick. I'll be doing more videos about Library of Fate at some point, doing more videos about this. But yes, I have made it to floor 80. 60 is pretty tough. 80 seems a bit simple so far. I haven't got too far into it, but yes, I've made it to 80. We've beat 2 of them so far, and I'm here at the Phantom of Veni, I believe that's how you pronounce it. So that's really cool. I'm very happy to progress there. But anyways, enough stalling. Let's get into 3rd impacts and why should you invest in them. So we're going to start off here. She's actually very, very good. I've had lots of success with her, which is why she's level 51. That's it, is her default level. And I definitely enjoy the abilities that she does. So we're going to get her preview skills. And why should you invest in this character? Well, rogues are really good. For a good long time, I have died at rogues. For a long time, I just think they weren't the greatest heroes, or characters. But when I got stuck in Adventure Dungeon, depending on where I were, you know, my dual warders wasn't getting it done too much. My warriors wasn't getting it done too much, archers, etc. So I decided to go over to rogues, and I'm like, man, rogues is why I progressed. I mean, obviously all of my members helped as well, but it's insane. So let's see. Attacking enemy increase your DX upon normal attacks. 7th phase for 4 seconds will not be removed by Cerberus. So basically the phases are buffs, like I explained before. It's buffs. So its highest one enemy increases your DX, which is insane. So every time she attacks it, it increases it 7th phase for 4 seconds. So after 4 seconds, it should dissipate. But as you're constantly attacking, it's going to buff her DX, which is one of their main stats. Same as for archers, which is actually pretty critical for why she's actually really good, because it increases the main stat. It's actually really good. Although she only attacks one character, that's okay. The fact that I constantly keep attacking for 4 seconds, 7th phase, and increases my DX from my normal attacks, I mean, that's quite good and cannot be removed by Cerberus, which is obviously your world bosses. But that's actually not bad. It said inflicts 2,318 skill damage on one enemy, cooldown 11.1 seconds. And it says specialty 1 inflicts 3x additional skill damage on the same enemy only for bosses. So that's strictly for bosses there. Nothing too special for like you being normal, but you can still invest in them for boss reasons as well. I mean, that's going to be really, really good for your bosses. Times 3. That's kind of insane. Specialty 2 though increases STR by 23%, DX by 23%, and physical attack by 91% for all allies. 7th phase 5 stacks will not be removed by Cerberus. Every time I do videos, I always get some notifications from YouTube. That's quite powerful, guys. Like that's really, really, really good. But because it increases your STR, your DE, your DEX, and your physical by 91% for all allies. She does so much good damage by herself. She also excels increasing her own stats, and she allows your allies to get buffs too. That's quite good. Like she's very, very well worth investing in. I skipped forward for a second. 20 say inflicts 2,575% skill damage on one enemy, cooldown 14.2 seconds, which is a little bit longer. Specialty 2, I'm guessing this is for bosses. Inflict 3 times skill damage on the same enemy, obviously for bosses. Specialty 2, and increase your attack speed and single attack by 110% for all allies. 7th phase 2 stacks for 10 seconds and will not be removed by Cerberus. So she makes sure that no matter what happens, against Cerberus at least, you get your buffs. So she's going to be good for just casual and for buffs, like for adventure. She's still good for adventures because she buffs your allies as well, including herself. She's going to be very powerful for those reasons and very well worth investing into. And she's obviously going to get stronger as you put more treasures into her and her own hero cards or character cards. I call them heroes. They just sound cooler. But overall, she's definitely very worth putting the time and investing into. Obviously, her ultimate, which is her signature skill. Upon charging 100% signature energy, increase received physical damage by 309% for one enemy. 7th phase for 36 seconds, which is pretty short. But specialty 2, cast sneak show on yourself. 7th phase for 18 seconds will not be removed by Cerberus. Sneak show effects inflicts 7,725% additional skill damage on one enemy every second. That's quite a bit. I mean, yeah, you're almost pushing 8K for percentage damage, but every second, that's quite a bit, guys. A second is not very long. I mean, not very long at all. So investing in her is going to definitely put in work. I mean, that's just, even in PvP, she can be pretty good. World bosses is very good. Adventure Dungeon, very good. All around, she's going to be good. And she's a rogue. Rogues is all about getting in and getting out. So it's going to be very powerful if you do invest into her. 100%, in my opinion. I think she's definitely well worth the time and effort of putting into, in my opinion. I mean, she does great things for your team and for herself. And let's go to the passives, because that's just for her active skills. So her passives, Daily Eye, Prophecy. Physical close range. It says conditional special skill cooldown 24.3 seconds, which that's kind of long, but that's fine. If there is one or fewer bosses among enemies, boss enemies, activate under sneak and show as well. Specialty 1 inflicts 2,833 additional skill damage on one enemy, which is pretty good. Specialty 2 increase STR by 21, DEX by 21, and single attack by 82% for all allies, which is still very good. We saw that before, which in the skills and stuff. That's very good. Night Boy, it says passive. Personal passive, which is aka selfish, which is for herself, which is fine. I mean, everybody needs those. Personal passive increased DEX by 62%, physical attack by 232%, and single attack by 232%, which is a lot. That's quite a bit, actually. Like I'm telling you, this hero is very worth investing into for sure because she's all about getting damage in, increasing damage for herself, for your team. You know, she's one of those, we're gonna beat this guy down type of characters, which is what you need. And she's a rogue. I mean, it's obvious. So you definitely want to invest in that. And then obviously inflicts 2,575 additional skill damage on one enemy upon normal attack, which is also very good. Last one. It says Cerberus passive. So basically, this is just for Cerberus. So increase DX by physical, DX by 140%, physical attack by 525%, single attack by 525%, and additional boss damage by 263%, which is very good. Like, she wants to erase him from the world, basically. Like, definitely worth using in Cerberus. And it tells you about that too in the character slot where they specialty in hero or world bosses and such. So nothing too crazy there. Specialty attack one enemy 5 times, dealing 1,442% skill damage upon normal attacks, which is quite good. Specialty 2, attack one enemy 5 times, dealing 2,266 skill damage upon normal attacks, which is quite good. Specialty 3, when Sneak and Show ends after using the choice, increased physical attack by 659%, single attack by 659%, and additional boss damage by 330%. For all allies, 7th phase 5 stacks will not be removed by Cerberus. So yeah, she doesn't play any games, basically. Like, this is one of those characters where you definitely want to invest your time into, making sure she's powerful, obtaining her, getting treasures, getting her armors and all that stuff that she needs, runes correctly for your team of rogues, of course. But she's definitely worth everything trying to invest in. Obviously, my collection's level 4. My pledge is 21 and 24, and then I'm trying to get her armors and stuff. As you see, there's some there. Her weapon is still very low. I got to try to get a stronger one there. Her Book of Heroes is level 3. And then I have gold on the weapons, which is red as the highest. So I'm slowly trying to invest in all my rows, including her. And the jewels have been done. I got to get the correct credibilities there. And then this is just condition passes affected by debuffs for lower enchantment levels and stuff like that. This is just stuff that you can check out. It does matter, but you're not going to invest in her for that reason. And then obviously your stages, your infinity abilities, which increase your melee attack by 533%. These will go up as she levels, I believe. So, and then your physical by the same amount. And obviously your Cerberus, because she's all about taking him down, definitely is going to increase as she levels as well. So she's pretty strong just already. And then on top of these, just kind of puts her over the edge because it's your infinity skill, which is very good. And then as you level up, they'll get better because it says hero abilities are automatically increased when you enchant your heroes, as I just said. And then your Oracle. So this is a whole different thing. It says infinity passive, personal passive, increased physical attack by 918%, single attack by 1,041%, skill attack by 457%, and additional boss damage by 257, which is insane. This is your infinity passive, by the way. It applies definitely when you're playing and stuff like that too, because my Oracle level is 58, which is kind of insane. It's really good. This all applies as you're playing the game, so don't worry if you don't get it, you will. Specialty inflicts 2 times additional skill damage on one enemy upon normal attacks, only for bosses. So we basically read through stuff like this. You can read through this as well. Most is just for bosses, some of it's just for normal. But specialty 3, upon using the choice, increase receive physical damage upon one enemy by 340%, 7th phase, 4 stacks, which it stacks up to 4 times, and it does not exceed that point. and it may reset at a certain point as well, which is fine. I mean, she deals tons of damage. Specialty 4 inflicts 2,575 additional skill damage on one enemy upon normal attack, only for bosses. So some of the most broken stuff is for bosses, and some of the really, really good stuff is just for everybody else. And then you have your Type 2 Cerberus passive. Personal passive increase additional boss damage by 927%, skill attack by 2,131%, melee attack by 1,230%, and physical attack by 1,372%, which is insane. Specialty, upon using, obviously, you increases additional boss damage by 494%, and physical attack by 989 for all allies. Seventh phase, 5 stacks will not be removed by Cerberus. So it's actually quite insane. Like she's really, 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 really good. Not to mention her combat power is over 1,000,000. I think she's the only character I have currently that's over 1,000,000 power, which is nice because you see why I'm investing in her. Like she does great stuff. And then we have this one, which Infinity passive, personal passive, increase skill attack by 618%. Specialty, inflict 5,150 additional skill damage on one enemy upon normal attacks, only for bosses. And then it'll gradually get better. Like once it gets to 64, I'll get the Cerberus passive. So it's really good that you want to invest in characters and know what they do. And obviously you have your transcendent skills. I did a video about this too. I mean, I have the 2 of them unlocked now, which gives her even more additional abilities. But I'm pretty sure these are the same for everybody. I think I've already said that prior. But investing into her is really, really good, actually. And I kind of knew that from the get-go when I saw what she did. I was like, yeah, this is going to be a very, very powerful character, especially being that she's a rogue. But yeah, my thoughts on her is actually really, really good. I definitely highly recommend you invest your time into powering her up and having her as one of your main characters. I know I'm doing it. So many characters in the game can be extremely powerful, though. They don't have to be only just set in stone for just like one character. All characters are extremely powerful depending on how you use them. But for her, yeah, definitely worth doing 100% investing. And then obviously I have to get her weapon a little bit more powerful, which we're actually going to auto enchant this to get it to SS, which is what we needed. So we level up her armor, her weapon. I need to do that more. Buying packs soon for that. Armors are getting stronger too, and accessories, well, I'm going to have to get more accessories as well. But my overall thoughts on this character is excellent. I mean, obviously she's level 51. I don't put a lot of hero cards in her for a reason. I also got her a Library of Fate so I can get more cards that way, because those are guaranteed. You know, you'll get lucky and get them instead of buying packs all the time hoping to get them. But I still will do that as well. But that's today's video on this character. She's insane, and I highly recommend you building her, rocking her in your party. But until then, we'll be doing the next one very soon.